I'm Ron Swanson, and this is Whisky Wins. Today is Lagavulin. Give a man a fish, and he'll eat for a day. But don't teach a man to fish. He's a grown man, and fishing isn't that hard. I wish I had Ron Swanson's hair and moustache. Anyway, we'll get down to this video and me stop being an idiot. This is Lagavulin, 11-year-old, and it's the Nick Offerman, who's Ron Swanson on Parks and Recreation. He's in various different TV series and some films. This is a combination of Diageo's Guinness and Lagavulin. So it's been matured in bourbon initially and finished in Guinness casks. I'm not sure if it actually states how long it's been finished in Guinness casks for, but I can't imagine it's been that long. It might have been, I'm not sure. It's bottled at a healthy 46% ABV. Price wise, I think it was about £60 to £80 if I'm right. I got this as a birthday present with the Lagavulin Distillers Edition, and I think that was about 95 or 115. I can't remember. Unfortunately, I can't remember. But it was a combination of the two bottles, and I got that as a gift. But I'm pretty sure this was about £60 to £80, which isn't too bad for an 11-year-old. It's Diageo. I'm not the biggest fan of Diageo, as most people know, and the sense to how they do things. They are great marketers, advertisers. I mean, Guinness is one of my favourite drinks, and so is whiskey. And although I'm not the biggest fan of them, they do provide us with some distilleries that wouldn't be there if it wasn't for them. Like Blair Athol, Linkwood. I mean, Blair Athol probably would do alright in itself. But yeah, there's a lot of different distilleries they own and have under their umbrella that wouldn't really be there if it wasn't for them. So I've got to take my hats off to them in that sense. The reason I wanted this is because I love Guinness. I'm not the biggest fan of Lagavulin. I think I've reviewed 2 Lagavulins on this channel and they were both whiskey bins. But I'm hoping the Guinness adds something to it. I'm a little bit down, maybe 3/4 left or just under 3/4 left. And also I think the whole fact that Nick Offerman endorses this kind of helps sell it. They're great advertisers, it's a great gimmick, it's great marketing. And I think they brought this out just in time for Father's Day as well. But yeah, if you've not watched Parks and Recreations, you should. Nick Offerman's quite a funny guy in it, and to be fair, his ethics, if you will, his morals as a person from interviews and things like that seem pretty down to earth, and he seems like a good guy. So hopefully he was paid a lot to help advertise this, unless he done it out of the good of his heart, but I doubt it. So we'll get down to the whiskey. Enough about my Diageo relationship. We'll get down and see what this is. What does it say? Yeah, and my heart into the bargain. I have travelled the world and sampled many attempts at pleasing nectars, but it is solely this distillation of Islay, a tiny charismatic Scottish ale, that has claimed my palate. Yeah, and my heart into the bargain. Yeah, so he really does endorse Lagavulin. He drinks Lagavulin in the TV series Parks and Rec, and I think he does enjoy it. I think he done a couple of adverts for Lagavulin 16. But anyway, we'll get down to the whiskey. I'm going to take his moustache off. And I don't want it to interrupt my nosing. So, it's soft. It's not as salty, as coastal, as briny, as peaty as Lagavulin usually is. It's not really TCP. It's not got much TCP there, not much medicinal peat. And I think a lot of that has to do with the Guinness. It might be power of suggestion, it might be me looking for something that isn't there. But the Guinness, however long the finish was, it seems to round off the Lagavulin profile in such a way that it just makes it a little bit more pleasant. It's almost like creamy in a sense. The stout character just softening the Lagavulin. almost an oxymoron, or not even an oxymoron. It's almost the contrast of the vibrant peaty Lagavulin, the in-your-face brine coastal elements, to the soft, creamy, kind of coffee, earthy, stout, just coming together. Two different worlds, two different things, and just harmonising so well. Yeah, I like the nose. There is still salt and brine there for sure. Sorry, just having to pop my ear. There's salt and brine. Like I said, almost like I don't want to say milkiness, but like a creamy, like it just reminds me of the head of Guinness. I do love Guinness. Just that froth, that head, that's in the nose almost. Would I say it smells like Guinness? No, I don't think I could say this is Guinness. I'd say maybe I could tell it's like a stout or something. I don't even know if I'd be that that wise or that caught onto it to be able to say it was a stout, but there is something unique here. There's something different to normal whiskies. There's a little earthiness, a little coffee. In fact, maybe not even as strong as coffee, just we'll stick with earthy. It's a little tangy. But yeah, I can't get over this stout profile in here. Definitely on the nose. It is, it's like I've ordered a Guinness, it's like I've ordered a stout. I can't say just stout, it's specifically Guinness. It's like having a pint of Guinness and just smelling the head. Not even once you drink it and the head kind of goes a little. It's not smelling the Guinness itself, it's more like smelling the head. I just burped. We'll go for the palate. So initially, oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, I do like that. There's definitely Guinness there, there's something there, there's stout. It is coming through. I'm just going to have a little bit more of it. Nice, like roasted, stout, kind of coffee almost, creamy. Oh, it feels a little thick in the mouth. There's peat for sure. There's salty savouriness that I've had with Lagavulin before, and I think it was a Lagavulin 16 in particular where I thought it was too much, but the Guinness, or the influence of the Guinness casks, like I've said, is helping round this saltiness off, and it's bringing back, for me, a lot sweeter flavours like the coffee, like the chocolate, dark chocolate, rich chocolate, creamy, I want to say like chestnuts now, I want to say like, it's like almost warming, it's like sitting, this would be great by a fire. This is, yeah, I'm enjoying it, there's no denying that. I don't know if I've said much about Palate, if I've got into it, but what I do know is I am enjoying it. I'm going to try and get some more. It's definitely a salty dram, but the Guinness helps round it. Yeah, there's like white smoked fish, smoked haddock or something there in the palate. The peat's coming through too, a little medicinal, nothing. I'm trying to think if it's Lafroig. I think Lafroig's the TCP totally medicinal one. This isn't too medicinal. It's if I had a scale of medicinal, earthy, peat, if I was to go, I don't know how this is going to look on the screen, if it's right to left or left to right, but anyway, it'd be in the middle, kind of earthy on one side and medicinal on the other. It'd be in the middle, I'd say, if I had a scale. It's just the right balance. There's some crustacean, possibly something like mussels. I wouldn't say smoked mussels. I mean, there is a smoky element here, but I think the mussels are more like a creamy, like done in a creamy sauce, not wine. I know you get mussels done like a wine. You get mussels done like a garlic creamy sauce. Negate the garlic. It's like just creamy mussels oozing buttery muscles. I don't know if butter would be right, but maybe just oozy, creamy muscles, and like some sort of kind of pasta dish, like a carbonara, carbonara cream sauce over mussels. That's what I'm getting. I hope that's somewhat explained properly. But yeah, once again, I don't know if it's a power suggestion, but I feel like the Guinness is prominent, and I'm surprised. I've actually not had this open for that long, but I'm surprised I've not had more out of it. I think I took it round to Stevie's. I can't remember what he thought of it, but I've gave out samples to some people, and a lot of people do say they can feel the Guinness, but once again, it could still be power suggestion. It'd be good to try it blind and see what I get. I think I might try and set up something like that, get a few kind of peated whiskies and throw this in there and see if I can get the Guinness still, the stout element still. It's just weird. Like when you take it, it feels as thick as a Guinness. This just sounds daft. It feels like creamy like a Guinness. It feels full-bodied like a Guinness. It feels rich in texture. I do love Guinness, and it just feels. Yeah, it almost tricked me into thinking I was drinking. I'm going to pour some more. I'm not even trying to blow smoke or anything, but it felt like I was drinking Guinness almost just with the first initial hit, before any whiskey came through, before any other of those salty, iodine or peat flavours came through. Just the initial texture, the initial taste, almost tricked me into thinking I was drinking Guinness. When I close my eyes, I'm in a pub drinking Guinness. Yeah, it's sweet. I think it's complex. I think there's a lot of nuances there with the contrast between the salty, peaty Lagavulin and the creamy, sweet coffee Guinness, rich Guinness. The finish is surprisingly weird. The peat's obviously carrying it quite a hefty length, but it feels like it just kind of goes quite quick. Like I said, the peat's obviously there. The peat's extending the finish, the smoke, the lingering essence of the peat and the lingering essence of the smoke. But the other flavours, they just seem to dissipate rather intensely, rather quickly. It's almost as if with the rounding off of the Guinness, with the introduction of the Guinness has really softened the blow of the finish, really taken away from the finish. I don't think I'm getting any Guinness elements in the finish. Nothing like coffee or anything like that, or any typical flavours of Guinness in the finish. I think the finish for me is probably the least appetising aspect of this whiskey. So I'd say medium in length with the peat carrying it on. And yeah, I'll try to see what else is in the finish. The dog's just drinking some water, if you can hear that. There's a little, it is a little creamy in the finish. A little vanilla, actually, in the finish. Vanilla essence, vanilla ice cream, vanilla whatever, just vanilla in the finish. I don't know why I'm trying to explain what vanilla is. It's to help me try and think what else I'm going to say. There is a lot of vanilla there. But yeah, like I said, quite soft. Maybe some... I don't know if there's any citrus on it, any fruit like that. Just going to put the dog out for a pee. Possibly something little spicy. Not like jalapeno, but maybe like a chili, some sort of chili. So yeah, something spicy. I can't really put my finger on it. Is there any chocolate? There's maybe a little bit of... Try to think if there's any sweet in the finish. There is maybe like a milk chocolate in the finish as well. So vanilla, peat smoke, creaminess, chocolate, and a little bit chili in the finish, which, yeah, it's pleasant enough, but a little lacking compared to the rest of the whiskey. So, would I buy this again? It's a toughie. I think I need to see how much. It's probably. I try and review my whiskies halfway down, and usually I'm decided by then. But I'm not really decided if I'd buy this again. I think I probably miss it when it's gone, because it is enjoyable and it's my first Lagavulin I've connected with, probably in part with the Guinness. So I think with that being said, I'd like to have another one. I think I'd like to have another one, so I probably would buy it again if I could get it for £60. I think it was about £60. I don't think it was as much as 80. I honestly can't remember. Someone will correct me. Do I think it's worth it? If it was £60, I'd say, yeah, 11-year-old, 46% ABV. It doesn't state about chill filtration or added colouring, and Diageo can be quite notorious for chill filtering, but I'm not sure what their kind of motto is or their mantra is with Lagavulin in particular. It doesn't feel chill filtered, it's rather oily, a lot of texture, and it doesn't look like it's coloured, so I think it is worth it at £60. For the enjoyment I'm getting out of it so far, the taste, the flavours, the gimmick of it, if you will. I always try and say don't buy a gimmick, but I think it works. It's well balanced, well married. Do I think someone should try it? I think you should try it. Would I suggest it? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to think. It's kind of caught me up. I would recommend it. I think it's worth it. It's on the fence about the value. If it's £80, I don't think it's worth it. If it's £60, if you could pick it up for £60, I think that's worth it, and I would buy it again. So yeah, it's definitely a Whisky Win. I've really enjoyed this. Like I've said, I'm not the biggest fan of Lagavulin. I'm not the biggest fan of Diageo, but they do make good whiskey, and there's no denying it. It's just some of the marketing things, like the Game of Thrones, definitely annoyed me, and it annoyed a lot of people who bought into them. I didn't buy into them, thankfully, but there you go. I think that's all I've got to say before I dig myself a hole. Thanks for watching. I've been Stuart, obviously not Nick Offerman, not with the bald hair and no tash. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Now this is whiskey from Scotland. Clear alcohol is for rich women on diets.